The last 10 years have been interesting and productive. I've enjoyed working, doing a lot of things for the town. Let me see, I helped start Safe Routes to School at Manor, which I mentioned in my early speech. I've been with the Fairfax Volunteers. I've done a bunch of different projects. One of the ones that I think makes a lot of sense and I'm proud of is opening up the trail network in Fairfax. And this is a historic trail network of 100 trails that not only do they help people get out in fires, but it's nice to use them to get around in town. We've also done a chipper project, which helps reduce the fire danger significantly at very little cost to the town, actually no cost to the town. I've worked for about 10 years with the General Plan Advisory Committee, charting a sustainable future for Fairfax and dealing with the important planning issues. During the '05 flood, I set up a headquarters where I directed over 120 volunteers to respond to the disaster. We went to help stores dig out, and we helped people with landslides that had ended up in their living rooms. It was really effective, and it brought people together. These were important projects, and I've completed them and brought them to a good conclusion. The Safe Routes to School projects have involved a lot of money, and they were brought in on time and on budget. One of the first things I did for Fairfax was solve a problem with Caltrans that has brought in over $2.5 million in public safety grants. I'll work to bring more money to our town. I guarantee you that I will continue to work as a council member, watching our budget and making things work. I promise to keep listening to our community and make the council work for you. A vote for me is a vote for having your voice heard and having the council work smoothly towards positive solutions for our future together. Thank you.
There has been a lot of talk over the years about consolidation of police department with Fairfax and San Anselmo. And do you have a position on this?
I think the consolidation of police does not make sense for Fairfax. And here's why. The salaries of police are tied to the size of the force. And if we consolidated with San Anselmo, our police force, which, you know, we get a lot of rookies because we don't pay that much. And so it starts out that way. If we combined with them, our level would go up to their level, so the money that we would save, one position, the chiefs, would largely get used up in the first couple of years as those salaries went up. The other reason why it's a bad idea is because San Anselmo insists on the station being there. They close at 8. We have a lot of bars. This stuff happens at night here, and there's a reason why people voted 2/3 for that station to remain open 24/7. So thanks.
How will you bring fiscal responsibility to our town if Measure I passes?
Everybody knows about the state budget right now, and that's one of the reasons why Fairfax is in a hard place. We don't know exactly how much money the state is going to take. We know how much they're starting to take, 8% of our property tax, which is a lot of money. Measure I is going to raise some money that's going to help us float and, you know, reduce the amount that Fairfax is trying to borrow. If it doesn't pass, we're really in a rock and a hard place. If it does pass, we've still got to save costs. One of the things that I've experienced as a volunteer chair is that there's a lot of good people in Fairfax that know how to do a lot of things. And yeah, there's probably going to be jobs that don't go filled, just as they are now in Public Works and the police department, to save money, and we can pull together as a community, I believe, and solve this problem, get through the next 3 years.
What is your position on the MCE, the Marin County Energy Authority?
Marine clean energy is a great idea. I think we all need to think about our energy future and where our power comes from and where our energy use comes from and how much we use. And more than energy, it's like how much garbage we buy and then throw back into landfill. You say, what have you done for Fairfax? I've had solar panels on my roof now for a number of years, and I can tell you our electric bill last year was $8, okay? It's a good idea, and I think we need to start enabling power to be produced reasonably locally. I think one thing this bill will establish a market for clean energy, which allows a farmer to get a loan to put in something that generates electricity, for instance. Thank you.
A combined question. What can Fairfax do to further promote safe alternative transport, e.g. cycling, public transit, carpooling for residents and commuters?
I love this question because I've been a bicycle pedestrian advocate for most of my life. Let me see. I think getting people out of their cars has really been my motivator there. And I think walking and riding your bike around, especially walking, is really the way you interact with your community. And you run into people you know, and it's great. I am currently Fairfax's representative on the east-west corridor to San Rafael to Fairfax, and basically what that body is doing is identifying all the problem points along that route, so it makes it easy for people to ride safely back and forth between those different municipalities. Right now it works if you're really brave, and and only barely at that. And so we're identifying the problems and putting it together so we can, it's shovel ready for grants to come along.
Would it be all right to move to the closing statements at this point?
For over 15 years, I've been working with make Fairfax an even better place. It's great. Through Safe Routes to Schools, General Plan Committee, Chair of the Fairfax Volunteers. I've also done a lot of things to help merchants solve their individual problems by thinking outside of the box. In 2005, I immediately stepped up to lead the efforts to respond to the flood that devastated our community. I believe it's important to build community and for people to have a say in the decision-making process. The best way to hear people's ideas is to provide the opportunity for them to speak and then to listen to what they have to say. And I listen to people, and I truly enjoy doing that. It's been great working in our town. I'm glad to say that I believe I have earned the respect of the town's officials and the town's staff for the work I've done in Fairfax. And I ask for your vote on November 3rd. It's been an honor and a pleasure serving our community, and I would welcome the opportunity to move forward with you as a member of your town council. Thank you.